There's an old saying, make your skeletons dance. And in this episode, we're going to take head on, we're going to just take this head on your frustrations about Code Red. What are they? No, I'm not particularly excited about doing this episode, but it needs to be done. Stay tuned. We're going to take this on together. I'm Christy Code Red, and you're listening to Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle, where we believe food holds the power to heal or poison, and we believe our society has been misled regarding proper nutrition and weight loss. You're in the right place if you're looking for some straight up truth, because I'm here to shed light on the lies and brainwashing that has taken place over the past 5 decades. Thanks so much for listening. Welcome back to another episode of Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. I'm your host, Christy Code Red, author, entrepreneur, retired professional boxer. I'm glad that you are joining me today. Looking at you at this distance, I'm not going to wear these, but I do want to show you here for those of you watching on YouTube. These are, did you know, about a year ago, I had to start wearing glasses and I still wanted to block the blue light. So I got prescription Swannies. That these are the day wear kind that block the blue light. It's just that where I'm looking at the camera right now, it's the wrong distance for what I need these for, so I'm not going to wear them. But you can get prescription Swannies day wear and night wear 15% off at coderedlifestyle.com/Swannie, SWANNIE. And you can use the discount code CODERED15 and get 15% off. That's significant because these glasses, or any glasses, they're not cheap. And this is really great news because I didn't really think about this before. I thought, nope, because I didn't wear glasses. I'm 46. I've never worn glasses, but I now have to start wearing them. So of course, now it's on the forefront of my mind. And now I'm like, get me some blue light blockers where I can still see. And I finally discovered that Swanwick can help us out with that. Prescription or readers, day or night Swannies. So check those out. All right, let's dive right in because I'm not particularly excited about doing this episode like I am with a lot of different episodes, but I think it needs to be done. I think that I keep my finger on the pulse of Code Red, and I have been doing this for a very long time. I've been in the health and fitness industry for 29 years. I have been doing Code Red as you know it for over 10 years, and it continues to evolve. Of course, the basic core principles of Code Red of real food, water, and sleep, no shakes, pills, diet foods, or exercise, that always will remain because that's a proper human diet. Call it Code Red, call it the proper human diet. I don't care what you want to call it, but real food, water, and sleep is always the correct route. Nobody ever suggests that you go have lean cuisines or hot pockets over steak and asparagus or eggs and bacon or cream cheese, cottage cheese. All right, come on. It's real food, water, and sleep. How can you refute that? But there are reoccurring frustrations that people have about Code Red. And we're going to I got them written down. I'm going to name them off and I'm going to address them. Just like that, just name them off and address them. We're just going to tackle this head on. And I don't know if people who are frustrated with Code Red listen to my podcast, but possibly you have been frustrated with Code Red in the past and you listen to this podcast. And maybe if you listen to this and you know of a friend of yours who is currently frustrated with Code Red for some reason, maybe one of these reasons I'll list off, and I happen to address something that you've heard your friend mention, by all means, please share this podcast with them. Please please subscribe, please share with anyone that you think needs to hear it or you think will help them maybe come back to Code Red. Because what I've noticed in this society that we live in, although we deal with mostly menopausal women in their 50s and 60s, mostly baby boomers and Gen X, we notice that they're a much more sturdy, a much more hardy, a much less offended generation of people. And we don't get a lot of this, but people are so easily offended, especially the millennials, the Gen Zers. They're so much more offended, and they just will walk away from something that's working because of one little thing. So They don't. We're going to take on those frustrations. And I have found these as reoccurring. I've talked to my staff. I've done my own research. And these are some of the things we're going to go over. Number one, these are in no particular order, by the way. And if you see me glance down, it's because I'm looking at my notes in no particular order. These are I'm just threw them down on a piece of paper, and we're going to just be real casual and candid and transparent as I go through these. I have not rehearsed them. I have not thought ahead. I've just written down the frustration that I see this reoccurring, and people that DM me certain things, or people that I just see comment under my ads. My ads are everywhere, and they get hundreds of thousands of views, and they're seen by people from all over the country. And these are reoccurring frustrations. The number one biggest frustration that we get, I think, in Code Red is I paid for my products, but I can't find what I paid for. They paid for their product or their service, whatever the heck they paid for. Code Red offers a lot of different stuff, but they haven't received any communication about it. The answer is yes, you have received communication. All of my products have an autoresponder email. It automatically sends you an email as soon as you pay for anything with Code Red. Every single thing that Code Red sells, whether it be physical products or digital products or counseling or coaching, anything we sell will send you an automatic email, and it'll tell you what to do next. Every single thing. And that email is in your spam folder. It is astonishing to me how many people do not check their spam folder. It's called spam folder on Gmail. It's called junk folder on MSN. There's a lot of different names, but spam/junk folder. The reason is because of the size of Code Red, because our company does an X amount in revenue and it has an X amount of people on our email list. And because it's so big and we have so many products and we have so many rebels that we service all over the world, the email system, your email system, automatically filters it. And it's going to put it into your spam folder. They're waiting in there. They're waiting in there. Yes, they are. And they are it's automatically sent. And that's going to give you instructions, very clear instructions on what to do next. It's also going to tell you how to contact customer service. Remember, we don't use email when it comes to customer service. We use a ticketing system. So if you send an email to support@coderedlifestyle.com, no one's going to read it. It's going to send you an automatic response, and it's going to say, please fill out a ticket. And it's going to give you a link for a ticket. So all of our products are delivered to your email, whatever email you use. Now, let's say you typed in the wrong email. You meant to put Gmail@gmail.com, and you left off the L. You went gmail.com. Well, I'm not going to be able to get my email to you because you typed in an invalid email. Instead of just freaking out and cursing me out on social media and getting really mad and accusing me at the Better Business Bureau of scamming or doing a chargeback on your card, maybe stop and think, perhaps I put in the wrong email. Maybe perhaps you contact customer service and you let us help you. Our customer service team works 7 days a week. We will be in touch with you. We're one of the quickest customer service teams I've ever seen in my life, and we'll be able to help you with that. But please understand, it could be user error. A lot of times it is user error, but you guys shout and scream at us for things that, hey, we're doing what you have paid us to do. But you've got to do your part. You've got to check that spam folder. All right. Yes, everything goes in the spam folder. Another frustration about Code Red that people have, Code Red is so rigid and doesn't let you have cheat meals. You're right. Code Red does not let you have cheat meals because moderation doesn't work. 88% of this country is overweight and 46% of this country is obese. Almost half of the country is obese. The definition of obesity is more than 1/3% of your body is fat. This is not good. So do you think that moderation works? Has moderation worked for you? Moderation works great for Miles, my ex-husband. I mean, he's excellent. Very few people can actually do moderation. It does work for a handful of outliers, but Miles does not have a weight problem. He's never had a weight problem. He always reels things back in really quick. And there are certain people that can just dabble. Most people can't. I've rarely seen in my 29 years of being in this industry someone who can dabble here, dabble there, reel it back in, go just have one bite, one piece. It ain't never just one. There's a podcast coming called It Ain't Never Just One. And I have never been able to see moderation work for the majority of my rebels. It never worked for me. You guys say, well, I'm an all or nothing girl. I hear you on that. I don't keep sugar in my house. Even now, at the best shape of my life and the smallest I've ever been with the lowest body fat percentage and the most muscles and the leanest, I still don't have sugar in my house. I can't trust myself. So we don't allow cheat meals because we don't want people to we don't want to set people back. One cheat, and I've done podcasts on this, is going to set you back a week of progress. Why would you want to do that? And I don't trust you. I don't trust you, and you shouldn't trust you because you've been battling with your weight for years and even decades. And now all you can think about is a cheat meal. I don't want to set you back. My job is to get weight off of you. I don't allow cheat meals. I used to when I first started Code Red years and years and years ago. And my people were taking one step forward and two steps back. They weren't making the progress. And this is a weight loss company. We are here to get weight off of you. That's my job. If you need me to hang at drywall, I'm not your girl. If you need me to spay or neuter your cat, I'm not your girl. If you need me to make homemade bread for you, I'm not your girl. Getting weight off of people, that's my jam. There's nobody on this planet better at getting weight off of people than me. Nobody. I'll put myself up against anybody. I've got it dialed in. And I'm telling you, after years and years and years and thousands and tens of thousands of people, maybe hundreds of thousands of people that come through my program, moderation doesn't work. And I don't allow cheat meals. And I'm saving you from you. And you got to remember, you got to say to those cheat meals, you have done me no good. Or cheat days for some of you guys, or cheat weeks or cheat months. You have done me no good. And it hasn't done you any good. So you're the one that came to me because you are sick and tired of being fat, sick and tired. And now you're asking about a cheat meal? No, I don't do it. And I'm not going to bend the rules for anybody. I don't bend the rules for myself, and I don't bend the rules for you. Code Red doesn't provide one-on-one coaching anymore. That's a frustration. Code Red does not provide one-on-one coaching anymore. I think what people are meaning by that is we don't have individual coaches that have individual coaching groups anymore. Yes, we still have individual coaches, Code Red certified coaches who have mastered the program, started off as mentors, and then were hand selected to become Code Red certified coaches. They are on staff, they are paid, and they have been with us for many years. But they don't have their own coaching groups anymore, and they're not paid on commission anymore. And yes, you're right. I got rid of that in 2020 when I noticed a couple of our coaches going rogue. One of our coach particular, they were stealing, they were completely watering down the brand. They were going in a completely different direction. They were under contract with me, and they had strict rules to not do that. And they were going behind my back, and they were cheating. They were lying. They were stealing, and they were going in a completely different direction. So I fired that particular person, and I decided to do away with individual coaches because it was individual coaching groups, because it was too hard to manage. And I'm not going to have a bunch of spinoff watered down version of Code Red. So I brought everybody in close. And I think that's what the person's saying or these people say when they say Coach Red doesn't provide one-on-one coaching more, because that's not true. We do provide one-on-one coaching. We provide one-on-one coaching with the VIP program with Carrie or Christy. You can get VIP Gold with Carrie or VIP coaching with Platinum with Christy. And that is a monthly subscription where you can get one-on-one coaching. With my VIP program, $397 a month, you get a lot of different things included. And one of the big things is a VIP breakfast, where you can show up in person. Yes, we have people to fly in every month for the VIP breakfast. And I coach people one-on-one. We do weekly meetings. I do daily messages to my group. There are lots of ways with our VIP coaching to get one-on-one. You can also get a mentor call. A mentor call is only $20, and you schedule an actual phone call with a mentor, someone who's a Code Red certified coach or someone who has mastered the program, and they are there to help you. You get a 30-minute phone call for $20. That is incredible. Yes, that's one-on-one coaching. You can also get one-on-one help in Ringside. That's a $15 monthly membership where you can post in the app and get individualized help. Yes, you can do that. You can also get one-on-one help in Home Study Coaching Group. You get a home study program that gives you your customized numbers and the complete and total plan. And if you want, you can buy coaching as an a la carte item, and you can get individualized help one-on-one. So there are many ways to get one-on-one coaching. But no, we do not have coaches who have individual groups that are separate from Code Red. No, everybody is in one group, not one group, but everybody is pulled into where I can control the situation in the Code Red app, the Code Red network. And that's a much better place to get help. Why can't Code Red just have an event in my town? Well, before COVID, we were having events constantly. And even through COVID, we were having lots and lots of events. And you guys remember Code Red Live 2019? We had 1,000 people there. That was absolutely incredible. And then Code Red Live 2020 was going to be in Salt Lake City at the Hilton. And then COVID hit, and our whole world, all of our lives changed. Our whole world changed. Everything changed. And people stopped having events across the board. And I continued to try to keep events going, but we just didn't have the numbers to justify continuing to have events. Don't forget that events require me to put upfront money. So I have to rent the venue for $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 and just hope and pray that tickets sell and I can make that money back. So the reason I won't have an event in Bismarck, North Dakota, or Charlotte, North Carolina, Miami, Florida, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Scottsdale, Arizona, is simply because the juice needs to be worth the squeeze. I'm not going to come bring my whole team all the way down to Scottsdale. I'm making that up. If there aren't enough rebels to justify it, there needs to be a certain amount of people in order for me. It's simple third grade math, guys. I can't lose money just because one person wants me to come to their town. I can't do that. Does that make sense? Can you understand how that does not make sense? That's not a smart, prudent business move, So I've got to do what's right. And I learned this hard lesson back in 2018. I was doing a media tour through Texas, and I was hitting all kinds of towns in Texas. I mean, it was a week-long media tour. Every day was a different town. And I was on the news and radio and podcast and in-person book signings. And I was in Dallas, and there was a lady that said, "You're going to be at the Barnes and Noble." She said, "Are you going to be at the Barnes and Noble?" And I said, "Yeah, we're going to be at the Barnes and Noble at this location in Dallas." And she said, "Oh," and I said, she goes, "I'm so mad." And I said, "Why?" She goes, "Why can't you come to the Barnes and Noble near me in Dallas?" And it was a big wake up call for me that no matter what I do, it's never going to be good enough for people. They are not going to put out the effort if they don't want to put out the effort. I came clear across the country to Dallas, and she would not come across the town to meet me and have me sign her book. And so what I've noticed is when people, even if I say I'm going to come to Minneapolis to do an event, and people say, "I'll be there," generally they don't show up a lot of times. People are fickle and they're funny. So it's not a good business move to have an event somewhere that I can't get a large group of rebels. If I get a large enough group of rebels, heck yeah, I love events. I love events more than anybody. I love in-person events. Absolutely incredible. It just has to make business sense for me to bring my crew, hotel room, find a babysitter for Hazel, stay, fly, eat, bring all my stuff, bring all my books, bring everything, bring my crew. it's got to make sense because it's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. How am I going to make that money back? I've still got to pay salaries. So that's why I just can't just flippantly have an event in your little town. Why isn't Code Red on Facebook anymore? The new app is hard to learn. A couple of we've been on the app since September of 2020. And so at the time of this recording, that's about 2.5 years. No. September of 2021. That's about a year and a half, maybe a little more than that. So September of 2021. Now, prior to that, all we got were nonstop steady complaints about Facebook. People hated Facebook. They wanted off of Facebook. They wanted to do code. They would do Code Red if it was off Facebook. That's all we heard for years, how bad people hate Facebook. But as soon as we built the app, and as soon as I invested $60,000 to build a standalone app for you to come over and get all the help you need in off Facebook, we just heard nothing but complaints about being off Facebook. Why aren't you on Facebook? That's so much easier. And it was another big wake up call for me that I tried to listen to the community. I tried to do what was right for them. And it wasn't. People are still on Facebook. They don't hate it as much as they say they do. They might say that they hate it, but they're still on it. And, I want you to remember that that Facebook came out with the very first app in July of 2006. July of 2007. And people hated it. It was so glitchy. Guys, that is 16 years, 17, 18 years ago, 17 years ago. Facebook has had 17 years to perfect their app. You've had 17 years to learn the Facebook app. So for you to complain about Code Red app and say, hey, it's so hard to learn. Well, give it a hot minute, for crying out loud. It's actually quite easy to navigate. It's just that you've had almost 20 years to learn Facebook app. So you're thinking it's so hard, but you're forgetting how much you complained when the Facebook app first came out. So we knew there would be complaints, and it's actually very simple. The left-hand side of the app is all just categories of different groups and different things you can buy and different services to meet your needs. It's actually quite simple. You just got to give it a hot minute. But we got off Facebook initially because it was glitchy. They would lock us out of our accounts. They would censor us. They would take down our posts if it went against their narrative. And I didn't want to be a slave to somebody else deciding what I can and can't say. In our Code Red app, we do what we want. We don't have any ads. We don't have any algorithm. We don't have anybody censoring us. It is just straight Code Red. It's nothing but encouragement, love. It's nothing but support, education, information, and love. And I can't find that on Facebook. I find negativity. I find Betty Crocker commercials. I find stuff I don't need. I don't want that. And so we got off to better serve our community. And you just need to give it some time to learn the Code Red app, because you've given it 18 years to learn the Facebook app, and that's not fair to compare apples to oranges. Why do I get so many emails from Code Red? Well, some emails are what we call relationship building emails. They're emails where I share stories with you. I want you to get to know me. I want you to realize that I am a lot like you, that you and I have a lot of similarities. We're more similar than we are different, and that I go through a lot of the same things that you go through. And I share things about you with, I share things about trips I take. I share things about problems I'm going through. I share things about Hazel. I share things about my family. I'm sharing things about my life with you. And those are emails where I tie it back around into Code Red and how it applies to you. And then there are emails about products that I think could serve you. Products from partners that we have partnered up with. And that they provide us a product that you normally would use, but I have vetted. It's much different. We get a lot of people that ask me my opinion. Hey, Christy, what's a good blank? What's a good blank? Well, I have vetted products that are going to be good for you to be able to use this one. Don't use that one. Use this one. Don't use that one. Here, by the way, there's also a discount code for you to be able to get a discount on that product. And so some of the emails might be that. Some of the emails might be pertaining to the actual product that you bought, to help you navigate that product, or to help you to be able to use that product, or open up that product, or get the most out of that product. So I don't think it's a lot of emails. I think it's the right amount. But those are the reasons that you might feel like you get a lot of emails, because you might have bought certain things with code red, and the different emails serve a different purpose. I have another one written down. Why is Christy so blunt and direct? Because sometimes it triggers me. You know, I don't know. Part of it is I don't know any other way to be. Part of it is I have been through so much crap in my life. I have been knocked around. I have been beat up by life. I'm not talking about my boxing career. Yes, my boxing career, I've taken a butt whipping just as much as I've dished one out. But just life has beat me up. And I never want to be coddled. I always want the truth. I always want direct truth. I don't need hand holding. I don't need to be coddled. I don't need someone to sing kumbaya. I need someone to just tell me straight what it is. And that's the only way I know how to be with you. I think that the diet industry, which is one of the most saturated industries on the planet, has made itself rich by coddling you and by telling you that it's okay that you had a package of Oreo cookies and that last night you washed it down with a bottle of wine while watching, Game of Thrones. I don't think that's okay. And I'm not going to stand here and say that that's okay. And I'm going to call you out on your bull crap. I'm not going to go to my grave. I can't live a life. I can't hang I can't hang my hat on a life where I lied to people, where I knew what to say, but I was too afraid to say it to them. I'm just not going to do that. I'm going to live a life that I can be proud of. And the way that I talk to you in the tough love approach is not, yes, it is blunt, I guess. And why waste time? Why waste words? It is direct, but it is tough love. And I do try to use the sandwich method. Sometimes I miss the mark. Sometimes I just come right out. I get frustrated with you because I care so much and I want you to succeed. And I can see through your crapola because I pulled it myself at one point and I'm frustrated with you. But part of it is just, I'm 46 years old and I'm not going to waste time trying to coddle you and trying to just pretend that it's all okay. Go to a different weight loss company if you want that. I am not going to do that. I don't need your money that bad for me to completely change my personality just to get you to buy from me or to come into Code Red community. That's not going to do you any good. Other companies have done that to you, and look at you. You're still fat and sick. You're still battling the same crap that you have for decades. You're still hiding behind your kids in holiday photos. You're still sitting in your car while your son plays soccer because you're too embarrassed to go sit on the bleachers in front of the other parents. Year after year, decade after decade, you can't get off the floor to play with your grandkids. You have let your garden go because your hands and your knees hurt too bad. And you haven't looked in the mirror from here down. I'm not going to stand by and let that continue happening to you. And if you are triggered by me being blunt and direct, I am not for you and you are not ready for this. I love you. I will wrap my arms around you, but I promise you I'm not going to coddle you. I'm not going to speak to you any different. This is how I am, and this is the way I'm going to deliver my message. And no one's going to fight harder for you. But this is not for you. This just tells me if you're triggered by this, just tells me you're not ready. But here's another one. But Code Red does not understand how hard my life is. Once again, I'm not going to stand by and let you be a victim. Every single person struggles. Tom Bilyeu said, the struggle is guaranteed. That's the one thing that you can count on. We like to say, pick your hard because it's all hard. Yes. Yes. I'm not going to stand by and watch you be a victim. I won't allow it. It's nauseating. And someone needs to say something to you. Every single person, we could pass the microphone around the room and every single person would have some horrific thing about their life that would make us be thankful that we went through our horrific thing. Victimized. Some people have been just brutally victimized. Some people have lost and buried a child. Can you actually imagine something so horrifying than burying a child? I cannot. The human body was never created to handle that kind of grief. And yet they still rise up every morning and they get on that scale and they face their demons and they tackle their doubts and their non-belief. Like they face them straight on. And that's the kind of person I love. I love you rise up. I love that you rise up anyway. So your bullcrap problems are not any different than anybody else's. And I'm sorry that you went through that. My heart breaks. I wish you would have married your high school sweetheart and that you guys had 3 kids and that you got to be a stay-at-home mom and you didn't have to work outside the home and that he stayed faithful to you all these years. But guess what? After 47 years of marriage, he cheated on you and now you're divorced and you have no college education. You have no ability to make your own money. And I'm sorry. And now he's with his secretary. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry that happened to you. It's heartbreaking. I wish it never would have happened to you. But here we are. And let's move forward. I understand more than what you think I understand. And if I don't understand, one of my coaches does or Carrie does. We will come around you and we will love you, but I refuse to stand by and allow you to become a victim. No. Look, Code Red is just keto without the cheese and peanut butter. I've done podcasts on the difference between Code Red and keto. There are actually many differences between Code Red and keto. Yes, you're right. We don't allow cheese and peanut butter, but there are other things we don't allow. We don't allow snacking on Code Red like keto does. We don't allow keto snacks like keto does. We don't allow prepackaged food like keto does. We're not as high fat of a diet as keto is. There are lots and lots of differences between Code Red and keto. So no, that is not true. That is not true. And last but not least, I just can't get any support. A Code Red frustration. I just can't get any support. Talking about being in the app or not being able to get the help they need. A lot of people are commenting in random places in the app. They might be commenting under a Facebook ad. They might be, I've seen that a lot. I've stumbled upon a lot of frustrated people under that Facebook ad that I've been running or a Google ad. They might be maybe sending a DM to me and it's being filtered into my message request file. And then they're frustrated. They might be DMing one of my coaches. My coaches have strict rules to not answer DMs. You might be you're not actually contacting our customer service ticketing system. You're not filling out a ticket. You might be continuing to send emails over and over and over to support@coderedlifestyle.com. And again, that is not a monitored email box. We use a ticketing system that gets dispersed to whichever ones of our customer service reps are on shift at the time that you send it. You might have mistyped your email and you are not getting a response back because your email is incorrect at no fault of our own. You don't check your junk or your spam folders. I know that personally, I have messaged a lot of you guys back and you don't even read them. So that can be a real problem. Or that you get really mad when we don't reply back to you in 6 seconds. Look, our reply time is really, really quick. I actually keep a track of it on a spreadsheet. I keep my finger on the pulse of everything that has to do with Code Red. And our response time is excellent. And our customer service reps are so nice. It is so great that they do customer service and not me, because I get super frustrated and I'm snippy and snappy on people get snippy and snappy with me. And I don't like that. I don't like that baloney. So our customer service reps are really, really nice. They know how to get you through a problem. They know how to get you what you need, and they know how to handle whatever situation is coming your way. And they go above and beyond for you, but you've got to contact us in the right way. And that is filling out a ticket. So we have the support for you. We have what you need. We will make sure that you get what you need. You just have to give us a hot minute and contact us the way we need. You can't just randomly comment under somebody, one of your cousin's brother's wife's pastor's uncle, shared a picture and you commented on that, I'm not going to see it. I don't know. How are we going to help you when we don't even know that you need help? So addressing your frustrations with Code Red, those are a few of the major ones. And if I miss some, hey, let me know, comment underneath this and let me know if I missed some of the major frustrations with Code Red, and I'll address that. I would love for you to let me know, because if I don't know, I don't know. Or if you don't want to let me know publicly, just again, contact our customer service department and tell them privately, and we can take care of it privately. I would love for you to take it up with me directly or take it up with the customer service team. And that way we can make it right without you trying to put me on blast on social media. I would not do that to you. I mean, if you've been following me at all for any number of years, you know that I don't put people on blast on social media. I handle it internally. I'll call you directly. We'll email you directly. We'll handle it directly behind the scenes so that it's done in a classy way and a respectful way. That's the way we like to do things at Code Red. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. I enjoyed doing it for you. Don't forget to pick up your prescription or readers or prescription readers or prescription day wear and night wear from swanwicksleep.com. They come in the day wear. That's the clear lens, or the night wear. That's the lens that blocks out 80% of the blue light. And that way you will not have disruptions in your melatonin production. That's what blue light does. Blue light, we were never created as humans to absorb this much blue light. So it's really screwing up our sleep. And so we've got to take measures to protect our sleep and protect our melatonin production. So Code Red 15 will get you 15% off if you go to coderedlifestyle.com/RX. You're going to be able to see that. coderedlifestyle.com/RX. Okay, guys, we'll see you on the next episode, and have a good one. Thank you, everybody. Hey, I'm Christy Code Red, and thank you for listening to Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. If you want to stay connected to other rebels like you, join us in our private network. Our Code Red app is a one-stop shop, free from ads, algorithms, and censorship, and a place where you can see, listen, and watch everything Code Red. You'll be encouraged, motivated, and fired up to stay on track with your healthy lifestyle. Get recipe ideas, tips, tricks, and help from coaches, mentors, and other rebels. You can also purchase products, programs, and coaching all right there in one place. And if you have any trouble navigating the app, we're right there to help you. Go to coderedlifestyle.com/APP to join for free. And I'll see you on the next episode of Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle.